Hello.
Hello.
So it's getting to be that time of year where people start planning road trips, going on vacations.
Yep.
Some people have spring break still coming up, like we do. We haven't had our spring break yet. Some people I think have already done, just kind of depending on where you are. But ours is coming up in a couple of weeks, and then we're getting close to summer. It's so hard to believe.
It doesn't feel like it.
It's like we just kind of skip over spring. We thought it would be good to talk about some game suggestions that you can pack and take along so that you and the kids can play something during that downtime that you have in the hotel room or when you're out to dinner, if you have enough table space,
yeah.
Things like that. Well, these games are not going to take up a lot of table space.
No.
But
most of them are card game-based games, but some are dice.
Yeah.
There are things.
I probably wouldn't play these in the car.
Probably not. Unless you have an RV or something, I guess.
Yeah, if you have played any of these games that we're showing, let us know your thoughts on those. And yeah, if you have any other suggestions, please let us know those as well. All right, so let's get started. We've got 7. So we have Robot Lab, which is a fun card game. The kids enjoy playing this. It's by XYZ Game Labs. And it's a fun, like, you have to match colors and build your robot. And you also get a chance to try to kind of mess with the other person's robot to slow them down. But it's an easy game to just,
it's STEM inspired.
Kind of play wherever you are at. Yes, I mean, you're building robots.
Yep.
You're a scientist. It does say recommended for 8+, but our 6-year-old plays it, so
yeah.
Sometimes you might need to modify just a little bit for younger kids, but
I think they had like a easier version built right in.
I think so.
Yeah.
And Friday the 13th by Yellow Games. This one does require at least 3 players, so it's definitely good if you have 3 or more in your family to play this. But it's kind of it's not really set collection exactly, but it's definitely a push your luck kind of game, or bad luck, considering it's Friday the 13th. So all the cards have things to do with kind of like superstition stuff, like black cats and
ladders.
And broken glass, mirrors and things like that. And you're trying not to have many points. Like, you're trying to get rid of things and not have to pick them back up. I mean, the box itself is small, but the cards inside, even if you didn't take the entire box, if you just took the cards, is even smaller. But it's super easy to just start playing. It doesn't require any reading by the kids, so they just need to be able to match up the types of cards. And there's a little bit of math. Speaking of math, I definitely recommend Quicks, and this is perfect for taking along when you're traveling. For one, it easily fits in your purse, or at least it fits in my purse. It's a very, very fun way to work on math with the kids. Like, they don't even necessarily realize that that's what we're doing, is working on math. They just think we're having fun playing a dice game. And you do have to roll dice, but it's good for, it's like so easy to play kind of wherever you're at.
Yep.
There are scoring sheets in there. Some people have laminated them so that they can do dry erase markers instead of reusing the same sheets of paper, so that's an option as well. But it's a really fun, easy roll and write game to do.
Yep.
And again, this one says ages 8+, but our 6-year-old plays it as well. And it's just a really good way for them to work on sublimation, which is like recognizing the number on the number of pips on the dice.
Yeah.
Like recognizing that super fast, as well as addition. And it's quick. I mean,
it's quick.
It is quick. No, but Lost Cities is a 2-player game. It's 2 people only. Technically, you can do teams, which, if your kids are like ours, the other team's going to know what's happening because they're not going to be quiet enough to whisper about choosing what you're doing. But this is a great way to pack stuff and have more room in your suitcase or whatever, and not be taken up with the box.
Yeah, because really it's versus like boards and cards and rules.
Yes. Now, that's not why we have it this way. It's actually because we're borrowing it from some friends of ours that are actually traveling right now, and they found different ways to organize a lot of their games so they didn't take up as much space.
When they're moving recently.
Yeah. So, But I was like, this is such a perfect thing to show, though, because you don't, even if you keep the boxes at home, like for your normal at-home stuff, if you're traveling, this is such a great way to, like, pack stuff up and not take up a bunch of space.
Yep, the game is clever. It takes a bit to wrap your head around what's happening. You took a round of it, but it's fun. It's definitely not easy to win every time.
No.
And scoring's weird, but there's a really good free app out there that just does it for you. It's really intuitive. You just click on what you have and boom, and it scores there. So
yeah, I'm so glad. Jesse from our Positive Family Gaming group, he had let me know about the app.
There's a pay one. Don't use that one. There's a free one.
Use the free one.
It's great.
But yeah, he had mentioned that, and so then we tried it out, and it was just so much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, the math isn't difficult, but it's
not
just
straightforward.
It's just easier to just like boop, 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 in the app. Essentially, you are going on expeditions, and then you're trying to see how far you can get on them. So it's kind of set collection because you are trying to lay out a certain number of cards for a particular location. Because if you don't have enough, you're going to have negative points.
Yep. You got to pay for the expedition. Yeah,
and especially with the funding, like if you have the funding cards on there and things like that. So.
But the catch is that there's only one of each card. You don't know who has what, or if it's in the deck still, or that kind of stuff.
Yes, so. And the turns start to go fast because you're never going to go through your entire hand.
No, and when the pull deck or recall, but that runs out, the game it just stops. So it's not like you can like hit one more round or like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten caught with things in my hand where I was like, oh, I should have put those down before because it would have helped my points.
It's definitely got some strategy, and it's not. We played a couple times now, and it wasn't different every time.
Yeah. But speaking of playing it, we're going to play it live on Thursday, so be sure to join us here on our Facebook page on I almost said Friday. My gosh. We always do it on Thursdays. Yep. On Thursday at 9 p.m. Central. This is Inoka. This is also by XYZ.
Yeah, it is. What was I going to say on there?
I was like, I'm almost positive.
So we got it. I just don't remember it was actually,
So, this is a super quick, easy game to play. It's essentially like paper, rock, scissors, just...
With a little bit more strategy.
Yes, but it's like kind of a card game form of that.
Yeah.
But it's not paper, rock, scissors. It's...
Yeah, and the art is awesome on it.
I like lost what I was going for. But yeah, it's kind of that style where you're trying to play down the card that's going to
But you only have a certain
defeat
amount,
the other
so
one.
if you use it with your big one, then you have to do it with your... Yeah, the art is very good on it.
Yeah, it has really beautiful art. And no reading required, so this is...
It's 8-6+, so, I mean...
Yeah, it's easy to play with the kids.
And very small. They're one of our smallest games.
It is one of our smallest. And Harvest Dice.
This was a surprise one, I guess. I mean, I didn't know about it until we played it that one time.
I knew about it, I just hadn't played it until we were at Midwinter Gaming Convention. The convention gaming library, so that the open play area. And then we ended up buying it because we really enjoyed it. Yep. So this is another roll and write game, and basically you are making a little vegetable garden.
Yeah, and feeding the pig.
And feeding the pigs. So depending on your dice roll and then what dice you are drafting, kind of determines where you can place your vegetables, and you have to be careful on how you're putting them in because there's certain placement rules
it's
after
similar to Sagrada, sort of.
In terms of
it has that same sort of, draft a dice, whatever's left, and then you have to figure out where to put that. If you can put that in there. Not as hard as Sagrada, but it's fun. You can draw. Kids like to draw little carrots and tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Even though we have some other dice games that are a small size, which make them great for traveling, some of them, like zombie dice, can be a little loud.
Yes, it's quiet.
This one's not as loud, and you're not constantly rolling because you spend a lot of time drafting from the dice, so it's not like...
in between rolls, it's quiet.
Yeah. And Doxie Dash. This is definitely probably going with us to Origins.
Quiet.
Definitely small-ish for packing.
Just like a Doxie.
It's right. And the kids love playing this. It's a fun set collection card game.
Pixel art.
Yes. And yeah, we have fun playing it.
Yeah, it's a different
Even just the two of us playing it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It works to two players.
So
because you rotate cards, so you never really know what you have.
Yeah. And you can have up to 6.
Yeah.
So it's a nice one for when you're like getting together with other people, like if you're meeting up with some people. And
game complexity is 1 star of 5, so it's not very complex.
No, it's pretty easy to catch on
6
too.
plus.
And yeah, both kids were able to pick up on how to play quick, like how to play in the different combinations. Like they actually started memorizing the different card combinations and what those point values are and what things they should go for. Those are 7 games that we definitely would recommend to take along when you go on a family road trip. So we hope that it helps you figure out what you can take along for some, whether it's backup entertainment or kind of filler entertainment when you're traveling.
Waiting,
It's one of the things that is tough is that downtime in the hotel that you might not
we'd been here
think about.
So we were quiet when the kids are sleeping. We're like, what are we going to do? So we'd find something.
Yeah.
Other games are quiet. It's just cards and you don't have to talk very much,
Yeah. Well, not just when the kids are after they're asleep, but also just trying to figure out what to do with the kids during the time that you need to be in the hotel, because sometimes when you go on vacation,
it rains.
If it rains, weather can impact things, or you just might not realize how much time you're going to end up being there.
Get there early or something.
Yeah. That small little room when they just want to like run around because they don't know what to do. It's a little much.
I'm not going to say they're going to solve your children.
Oh, no. Nothing is.
It might help distract them.
Nothing's going to solve those problems. I mean, it's never perfect for us, so. It's helpful, though. It's helpful to have some activities on hand that they can get engaged in, and then, some of those are like perfect for after they go to sleep, so that if you need something to do that's quiet. So if you've played any of these, we'd love to hear your thoughts on them. And then if you have some other go-to games that you love to take with you when you travel, please let us know those as well.
See some new options.
Yes. It was hard to narrow it down to 7 because there's just so many good games. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, follow, do all the things, and we will see you at the next game.